Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Portia Mafia. So today I'm going to talk about where I'm going to college, what colleges I chose, and basically the transfer information. So y'all probably don't know, but I go to a community college now. So I already knew in my head that I wanted to transfer within the next 2 years. I graduated in 2017. So I wanted to make my decision based off what had my major, what had everything I wanted to do within my plan. So for one, I knew I wanted to do psych bio, which is psychology and biology. And some schools has it as one major. Some schools you could double major to do it like that. And then I knew if I double major, I knew I won't minor in something. But if I did minor in something, that would be an option for me to decide on. So I was in the process of, I guess last year, I was deciding what schools I wanted to go. So I already knew that I wanted to go out of state. Out of state was just my option, knowing that if I didn't get accepted to any of the out of state schools, or I didn't feel as though the out of state schools that I looked at really was that home feeling, I would stay in state. So I think I applied to at least about six to five schools. I believe that if you're gonna even if you're a senior in high school or transferring, you should at least try to apply to at least 6 should be your max. Your minimum could be 2 or 3. But I already knew that everything I was looking for was gonna be worthy enough. So I applied to Lincoln, Westchester, Liberty University, Virginia Commonwealth, Norfolk State, and then Virginia Union. So, fun fact is, I got accepted to all 5. Virginia Union, they never I guess they never gave me information. So at that point, I was just I'm done. I don't want to go that school is really last on my list. So I first heard from Liberty University. Now, I got accepted, got a lot of scholarship. The only thing was, I never seen that school before. I knew that, I'm tired. So I already knew that school was it, but it wasn't it. It had a good program for what I want to do. So I knew that would be a good school for it. But I knew if I went to that school, I felt as though I might not be me. I wouldn't be myself. So that was just off the list. And then I think I got accepted to Westchester, that school. So the problem with that is basically I got accepted, financial aid, whatever. But the thing was, they wanted you to say you would go, are you going to go to this school or not, by a certain deadline. So a lot of schools' deadline was May 1st. But that school was deadline by March. And I already knew that I was if I go to the school, I have to be committed now. But I still didn't hear from all the other schools I really wanted to see if I was going to. So Westchester was just off the list because of that. Then after Westchester, I got accepted to Lincoln. Lincoln, I was all right, cool. Lincoln was my top choice for my in-state school. So I already knew that if I didn't really like the other 2 schools that are in Virginia, Lincoln is my choice. So I was just all right, cool, bet. But for Lincoln, I would have had to major in psychology, double major in psychology and biology. So that was point right there. Then I got accepted to Virginia Commonwealth. I wish I had the video to show y'all my reaction. So Virginia Commonwealth was my top school. I cried, I jumped, I cried, I jumped. I was screaming. Like, I was so excited because they had, for one, the reason why is that they had my major as a psych bio major. So I could double major in something else or minor in something else. So I was like, I'm so excited right now. Like, yes, I got accepted. But it's something that the other school had that I committed to. Why? And I will explain that later. So then I got accepted to Virginia. I got accepted to Norfolk State. Norfolk State, from the first time I saw it, it was home. The second time I saw it, I fell in love with it. The third time I saw it, I already knew it was it. The fourth time I saw it, I was just like, I have to go here. Like, I know I have to go here. So in my head, I was just like, if I don't get accepted, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because this school, like, it's something about this school and why I want to go here. So, to be said, Norfolk State had the NROTC program, which is Navy Officer Training. A lot of these schools don't have the Navy Officer Training. They might have the ROTC, but not NROTC. So in my head, I was just like, well, Norfolk State is like really at the top now because it has that program that I want to go into. And my thing is that you have to do your research first to decide what school you want to go to, and programs that they have, honestly. Like for Liberty, I wish their chaplain program was involved in all the other schools. That's why Liberty was on my list, because Liberty had the chaplain program. So basically, you go to the school and then you apply to go to their chaplain program. And once you go to their chaplain program, it helps you become a chaplain into the service. So I was just like, that's really dope. That's really dope. And I liked that. But the problem was, it was just not, I felt as though that school wasn't really home. It was home, but it wasn't really home. And I've been home too long. I've been home for 2 years already. So I knew I had to go somewhere where I know that I felt comfortable. So then I went to Virginia Commonwealth. Virginia Commonwealth was my top school. I already knew in my head. But then their out of state tuition was just not it. It cost too much. It was unreasonable for me. And I was just like, this is the school. But in my head, I was like, I know if I go get for my master's or whatever, I could go to that school. So then Norfolk State, their out-of-state tuition is basically my in-state tuition going to Westchester or Lincoln. So I already knew that wouldn't be a bad idea. And they had the Navy program. They had my majors, and then they had my minors. So let's say I don't want to double major, I could always minor in something that they have. So that was good. And it also, for me, not saying that some people don't think this way, but for me, I always feel as though if you double major, I feel as though that helps you have to get better jobs, and it helps especially for psychology. And if you want to do counseling and then majoring in something that helps within the body, it could help you with your job training. So then that's when I know I want to become a chaplain and to go into the service. So I already knew I wanted to do that. So I already knew I might have to minor in religious studies. So I had to look at a school that has a religious studies program, but also that if they didn't have a religious studies program, that they had other types of majors with religion. So that was that. And then on top of that, just especially you're transferring, you gotta look at it as are they gonna accept your credits? Excuse me. Are they accepting your credits and everything else? So for me, it's I had always had like I always had A's and B's, but this semester past the spring semester, I passed the class, but I didn't pass the class, which means that I passed it for this one school, but that credit won't transfer to Norfolk State. But technically, I don't really need that class, so I should be fine. Um, but other than that, if you pass all your classes, if you get like a C and a up, all your credits will transfer. Um, and then you want to make sure that when you go to these schools, you visit and you look at everything, everything they have and how they have it. And I know for me, like the hard part about this is like I would say scholarships. Like that's the worst for me was, and I'm still like working on scholarships and stuff because it seems like a lot of these scholarships are like meant for high school seniors that's going to college. And then for people who are already in college looking for scholarships, it was like based off of like your major. So whatever your major is, it's like it's hard to dictate on everything. And I already was like, I'm getting frustrated because I'm just like, I don't get it, I don't understand. So, and then it's these scholarships where you could just like sign up and no essays. So I'm just like, this is not working out for me. And then in my head, I already know I'm gonna have to probably take out loans because if I don't get scholarships, I know I'm gonna have to take out loans. So it's like on that, while you during summertime and everything, I would say work on getting scholarships, like scholarships, saving money. Especially if you're going out of state, saving money is your best bet because I'm a type of person where I don't like depending on everybody to give me something. I don't look out for handouts. Like I'm like, well, I'm just gonna figure it out on my own and try to get it. Not saying that handouts are bad. It's just for me, I was always raised that if you need something, you gotta work hard for it. And for me, on top of that, I worked hard to be able to get, I won't say get, but be able to transfer to a school that I really want to go to. I worked hard. I stayed up late nights. Sleeping wasn't an option. I didn't really sleep much. I didn't eat much. I was studying, make sure my grades were fine. Make sure that my grades are fine and everything else. And the problem with that was is like because I wasn't eating, sleeping, I was stressing myself out. So now that's another thing I learned is like I shouldn't be stressing myself out all the time. But I know that I know certain things now and learn my lesson from what to do if I once I go to like master school and seminary school, I know what I should do next. Because this was a long process. Even though you hand in your stuff, my thing is you should hand in all your stuff early. Early so then you could get your answers back early. Then while you doing it early, you can figure out what scholarships the school offers and stuff like that. And I guess that was the hard part as well. It's like some of the schools you just fill out different essays when you do your application and then they give you scholarships. And if they don't give you scholarships, then that means like you have to look outside to get scholarships. Because I'm going out of state, a lot of the scholarships that they list are like for people who are in Virginia. So it's like that's a downfall about that. So it's like now I have to like look outside and look for scholarships that's for the whole United States and that I could transfer those scholarships over. So like that was really bad. And then even though like full-on scholarships are fun, it's just like You just have to know the websites, figure what websites works best for you. But I'm letting you know now, if you're going to do like the STEM programs, like any science or like business or stuff like that, nursing, there's scholarships out there for you. A whole lot. A whole lot. Even though I'm not in a STEM, but I'm also going to do a science major, it's just that like when you do your application, you only choose one major. I did psychology and I got accepted to the school of like, I guess it's like science or whatever, science, art, humanities, something like that. I got accepted to like all the schools I got applied for, I got accepted for my major. So that was a good thing. Now that's a good thing because I know a lot of people who got accepted to schools but didn't get accepted for their major. So I got accepted for my major, so I was happy with that. So when I go there, I will probably wait until spring semester to tell them I want a double major. I don't want to do it now because I will be a new person. So, but I guess y'all waiting. I think y'all know what school I chose. I chose Norfolk State. So I should be class of 2021. But who knows? Who knows? Sometimes it's okay to graduate a year behind. It's okay. Some people do it all the time. It's okay. But listen, I'm going to Norfolk State. So it should be vlogs, sit down videos, and stuff like that. I might vlog my new student orientation for transfer students, and that would be June 14th. That's going to be a long day. So basically for that school, I'm just still trying to figure out everything and figure out what else I need to do, because I need to make sure my financial aid and then other information, because I want to do the NROTC program and it's like a lot of hiccups within that, so I need to make sure I know what I need to do for that. And that's also another thing is if y'all want to do like NROTC, ROTC programs and stuff like that, or join the military, period, research is going to be your best friend. Well, I do research so I know, because if I don't do research, I'm going to be clueless or confused, and I don't like being confused when it comes down to something I really want to do in life. So me doing all my research for the NROTC program and stuff like that, it's some hiccups in certain things I read, even though I could ask my dad, but my dad doesn't know as much now because they changed. So I have to call to make sure whatever I do is fine, because I know a lot of the applications are due by the end of the semester, by the end of the month. So by the time I call Monday, I should have everything done by Tuesday. That's how I am. Like, once I get all my questions answered, I will be done straight. Other than that, thank you for watching. And y'all will be seeing a lot of videos, because I don't see a lot of videos about Norfolk State. So I'm just going to give y'all all those videos. And I guess that's about it. And comment what videos y'all want to see, what challenges and reaction videos that y'all want me to do. Comment, subscribe, like. Welcome to the Portia Mafia. And technically, that's your name. Y'all name gonna be Portia Mafia. Or if y'all want a new name, y'all could comment with a new name. And I'm going to try to do an intro soon. But right now, I'm just going to do a straight video